Hey everybody and Happy New Year's. I hope everyone had a really good Christmas and a really good New Year's. We did absolutely nothing to celebrate New Year's. In fact, I was in bed sleeping by about 10 o'clock, so I slept right through everything. Um, it is absolutely freezing cold outside. It's minus, with the wind chill, it's minus 32 Celsius, I think we are. Yeah, Celsius. So it is so cold. That's why I have my sweater on. Okay, so this is going to be an update video from the last one I did, which was on Christmas Eve. And I have some exciting updates. I also have another video coming up, which is a baby buys video for the first trimester. I was very careful on what I bought and made sure to have receipts with everything just in case. And that's really horrible to say that. Just in case. But I was really selective on what I was going to get, and I wanted to get something though because Boxing Week sales at Carter's was amazing. So I think I didn't pay over $14 for anything there. Alright, so today is January 3rd. Sorry, I'm shaking the camera. Yeah, okay. And this lighting isn't the best. But it's January 3rd, and I am 11 weeks and 2 days pregnant today. And I finally got an appointment with a high-risk doctor, which is on January 16th, so only about 2 weeks. What are you doing? Sorry, my kitty's trying to get my attention. So what happened over Christmas? It was really hellish, to be quite honest with you, because the ultrasound that I had on the 19th to confirm that everything was okay with baby is the same day that I lost all my pregnancy symptoms. And if you guys didn't know, I was diagnosed with post-traumatic stress disorder from the last miscarriage. So I've been having a really hard time accepting that everything is okay with the baby. It's very difficult for me to wrap my head around it because I was told that everything wasn't going to be okay at first. So I lost all my pregnancy symptoms and extreme paranoia hit in, and I did something I shouldn't have done, which was Google. And I was Googling that in some cases, for some women, that if their body, if you have a miscarriage, if you're on such a high dose of progesterone, like 400 milligrams a day, that it can prevent a lot of the bleeding. And you can still have some spotting, some bleeding, but it can prevent the whole flow of it. I hope you guys know what I'm talking about. I'm not very good at explaining things. So anyways, I convinced myself that's what happened, that I had a miscarriage, and because I had no pregnancy symptoms. Like one day they were there and the next day they weren't, and I had some pretty predominant symptoms, like really sore boobs. I was extremely nauseous, very tired. I had food aversions, and then I had nothing. So you have to see this. What are you doing? She's just cute the way she was sitting. So, yeah, I was really paranoid about that. And my doctor scheduled me an ultrasound for New Year's Eve because I had a doctor's appointment on the 2nd. So we were hoping to get some results from that ultrasound as to, like, if there was any placental tears or if there was incompetent cervix, or just to give me answers as to why I had all the bleeding. And because 2012 was such a shitty year for not only myself, but my entire family, I was convinced that the ultrasound was gonna show that the baby had passed, and because it was 2012 still. I know, this is all my paranoia. So I went in, and I was very nervous all day on Sunday, and then Monday came, and I was even more nervous and crying. I couldn't help myself. I was so emotional and so upset and very prepared to hear that the baby had passed. Thankfully, that ultrasound showed the baby had a heart rate of 151 and was wiggling and moving around, and I say he because I'm convinced I'm having a boy. So he was just wiggling around in there and would not stop kicking. And the tech tried to get a couple of pictures, but he just would not sit still. So the pictures I have aren't that great. But in one, it does look like he's waving. So they're not like full body profile shots, they're just face shots. The ones where you look like there's a little skeleton in your body. So, Christmas was really hard to get through. But once I got that ultrasound, like, I slept so good that night, so that's why I just slept right through New Year's Eve celebrations. But now, I had the doctor's appointment on the 2nd, and unfortunately, there was no answers. I also have a cyst on my left side, and normally it's mentioned in every single ultrasound that I've had, and there was no mention of it this time, so I don't know if it's still there or what's going on. Also, there was no mention of my cervix, my placenta. There was just like, okay, baby's fine. That's it. So that kind of frustrated me, but I had my referral go that day for the high-risk doctor, and I got a phone call today to schedule the appointment on the 16th of January. So, on the 16th, I will be 13 weeks and 1 day pregnant. There is a slim, and I say slim because it's not a very good chance, but there's a slim possibility of finding out the gender that day. I know it might not be like 100% accurate that day. Well, I know it's never 100%, but it might be like 70-80% accuracy. So I took a poll on my Facebook as to what everyone thinks I'm having, and before my last ultrasound, everyone said I was having a girl, and now pretty much everyone switched sides and said I'm having a boy. There's only a couple of people saying I'm having a girl, so I'm interested to what YouTube thinks I'm having. So if you want to leave your guess below, I think it's really fun to see what everyone thinks. And I say I'm having a boy. Matt says I'm having a girl. Matt's family says I'm having a girl. My dad says I'm having a boy. And my mom says I'm having a girl. So everyone's kind of divided. I'm really, really convinced it's a boy though, but we'll see. So I will hopefully have some sort of an answer. My ultrasound's really early in the morning. It's at 9 o'clock. And the good thing is because the high-risk doctor is doing the ultrasound, that I will be able to leave knowing the results of the ultrasound. I won't have to wait a couple days for it to go to my family doctor or wait for a radiologist to read it. She'll be able to tell me in the office, which is really, really good. I hate waiting, and I suck at it. So I'm going to go and... What was I going to say? Oh, yes. I have not been able to respond to my YouTube comments that I've gotten on my last 2 videos because I've made them from my phone, and the computer is finally back in the living room. We had moved it out of the living room and into the spare bedroom for Christmas, but now that it's out here, I can sit here and respond to the comments. And, oh yes, as for bed rest, I'm still on, I don't want to call it like bed rest because it's not as restrictive. I'm just really careful on how active I'm being. Like, I think it's really good for me to get up and go for a walk, but I don't push myself. I will go grocery shopping, but someone else will come with me and carry in the groceries. I've done a few loads of laundry, like things like that. It's really, really minimal. And when I have cramping, I know that I've overdone it, and I just relax and put my feet up and drink a ton of water. So I think that I about covered all of it. I'm still on the progesterone. Oh, yes. I wanted to talk to you guys about that because my family doctor, he has delivered babies before, but it was like years and years ago. My husband is in his 30s, and my doctor delivered my husband, so it's been like that long. I think he said it was like 20 years ago. So anyways, he's telling me that I need to be on progesterone up until 20 weeks. Have you guys ever heard of that before? Like, he wants me to stay on 400 milligrams of progesterone up until 20 weeks. I thought the purpose of being on the progesterone was so until the placenta took over. So I'm kind of confused there, and I don't know. I've never heard of this from somebody else. Maybe I've heard of like rare cases of like 16 weeks, but I've never heard of 20 weeks before. Maybe that's common, I guess. I don't know. I will bring it up to the high risk doctor though and see what she has to say. This doctor, I don't think will be delivering the baby. I don't know if I will meet another doctor for that, but I'll find all of that out on the first appointment. So next video you're going to see is first trimester baby buys, and I am so excited to share this with you guys. So I will talk to you later. Bye.